Morning to every one of you. So today the topic is 5 aggregates. Is it? Okay. So how many of you have the knowledge of 5 aggregates? Can you put up your hand? Oh, so not so many. So it's a very difficult subject to study. And this is also a very important subject that in Buddhist study that we have to know about aggregates. If without understanding of aggregates, then you have no knowledge of Buddhism. So the fundamental teaching of the Buddha is on suffering. And then second is the cause of suffering. And the third one is the cessation of suffering. And the last one is the way to the cessation of suffering, or leading to the cessation of suffering. So these 5 aggregates, this topic actually is talking about the second cause. That means, what is the cause for you that suffer in this world? And in this cycle of birth and death, birth and death. So therefore it's so very important that to understand, but it is not easy. But however, if it is not so easy, but we also try to understand. And we try to understand and try to put into practice so that one day we can understand about the teaching of what is these 5 aggregates. So today let me quote from this sutta from Samyutta Nikaya. And then you will see the importance of these 5 aggregates. Okay? So the Buddha said, when I directly know all this as it actually is, this means we're talking about the 5 aggregates. So later I will tell you what are these 5 aggregates. Then I claim to have awakened to the unsurpassed perfect enlightenment in this world. So if Buddha had no knowledge about these 5 aggregates, so he won't claim that I'm an enlightened one. I'm already awakened one, already an awakened person. So because of understanding of these 5 aggregates, that you will become an enlightened person. Okay? So I directly knew these 5 aggregates, its origin, its cessation, and the way leading to its cessation of these 5 aggregates. So how these 5 aggregates come to be, and how is this origin of this aggregate, and then they are ceasing the cessation, and the way how to get this cessation of these 5 aggregates. Okay, what are these 5 aggregates? The first one, rupa. This is Pali, rupa. Rupa means form. When we are talking about a person, or I, or my, or myself, or identification, you, or he, or she, when we are talking about this, we identify them or identify ourselves taking this form as I, taking this form as you, or he, or she. Is it true? Yes, it's because this body. Because this body that you say that this I'm somebody. And then you, because of you have this body that I say you. So this is one thing. Number 2, feelings. We have different kinds of feelings. Sometimes feeling, or sometimes we use the word sensation. So pleasant sensation, painful sensation of feelings. So and then neutral sensation of feeling. So we take this feeling also as I felt. I have this feeling, feeling as mine, as myself. Is it true? You take the feeling as you? Yes, I felt. Today my meditation was so good. That happy sensation, happy feeling. Because this sensation. The third thing, In Pali is sanya. What do you mean by this sanya? Can anyone tell me? Or we say perception. What do you understand about this word? English word perception. What is that? Perceive. Yes. Something you perceive. And then you take this. Oh, I see, I know. So knowing that I know. Those also you take this as identification as yourself, as he or she. And then the third one, sankhara. Sankhara, there are also this translation as volitional formation. Volitional means that the intention. When you see something, when you know something, you have your mind is making the decision to do something. Understand? So you think that this thinking of doing something or action as you. So this is the fourth thing. And the fifth one, vijnana. Vijnana means consciousness. Consciousness does not only use the word aware. Awareness, aware of something, but not really come to knowing something clearly. Aware. So in one book known as Visuddhimagga, giving a simile of these five aggregates, say that, for example, somebody sit under the apple tree, okay, and fall asleep. So suddenly the apple dropped down, pop. So what is that? You heard, and then you heard something. That means your consciousness of this sound, you're aware of something. And then you open up your eyes and then you look at it. What is this? And you come to perceive, come to understand what is this? Apple. Because you already have the image of apple before. And then you have seen apple before. So you know that this is apple. This is not orange. This is apple. So perceiving, so you perceive it. What is this? What is this? The image. So, and then, what is your decision later? Your mind already perceived this one, and then you think, oh, take it out, eat. Okay? So, you pick it up, and then you bite it and eat it. So, all the activities of all here, five aggregates. So, when we are talking about a human being, I, you, we, or whoever, we take this identification, five aggregates. As I, as mine, and as myself. These five aggregates. So can you understand now? Roughly have the idea of what these five aggregates now? So it's so very important to understand this I, this mine, and myself. And in so many sutras that mention, even in Heart Sutra. You heard about Heart Sutra? Okay. It's here about whiteness, emptiness. Whiteness, emptiness. White of what? Emptiness, empty of what? There's no you, there's no I, there's no mine, and there's myself. Oh, it's very difficult. Because when I say this no, then who is this person to sit here? Then who is this person to listen? And who is this person? So it's very difficult. So, but anyhow, this is what the Buddha discovered. And he later said that I'm enlightened one because I discovered and I see that there is no I, there's no mine, and no myself. So that therefore now, I'll give you a more clear understanding of this five aggregates. What is form? When you are talking about the form of this body, what is body made up of? Can you tell me? What is this body made up of? Four elements. What are these four elements? If I say Pali, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. What is this Patavi? Earth element. And then the second one, Apo. Apo means heat element, fire element. It's actually temperature. The first one, Patavi, means hardness and softness. Now you can feel your body hardness and softness. And internally, externally, internally, the inner organs and so on, all is this called Patavi, Dhatu. That means the hardness, and sometimes it's not so hard, then you feel it soft. So hardness and softness in this whole body, so it's called Patavi, the earth element. We have this earth element. The second one is the fire element, or we say temperature. Do you have temperature in your body? Now you feel comfortable? Feel comfortable? Not? Are you okay? The room temperature is okay for you? So if you go outside, very hot. But inside here, because of this cold, of this AC, also you feel, it's comfortable, it's cool, cooling. So therefore, hot and the degree of hotness and softness, it varies, and then you have this temperature. And temperature, it has this characteristic of digestion and maturing. We need the heat to digest our whatever the food that we have taken in. So inside this our body, so we have this heat element to digest it, and then to make things mature. You can understand. If you under this very hot temperature summer, if you put something outside very quickly, what happens? Okay, rotten or smelly or whatever. So, but if you put in the fridge, so you get keeping it, holding it on, it won't get so easy to get turned into bad. So therefore, the third elements, we have the Patavi, Apo, and then third one is Tejo. Tejo is, what is that? Water element. Water. Water is fluidity in this body. Sweat, blood, saliva, and so on. Whatever is liquidity. What is the characteristic of this liquidity? Is cohesion. You know what is cohesion? Binding together. You have flour. If you are a household working, if you make cakes with the flour, and then you need to add what? Water. In order to get it, into shape. It binds. Without water, it's scattered. Is it so? So therefore, this third elements in our body to bind us in our body here, we have a lot of water in us. How many percent of water in a human body? How many? 80? 90? Yes, we need so much water. So therefore, our body keep this shape. Otherwise, finish. So the last one, what is the last elements when we call this body? Air. We can move about because of the air element. We can walk about because of the air element. Our mind thinking of walking, so the air element start to move the leg, or to move your hand, or to move your body. So actually we are like a mechanism. It's just like a robot that is in this way of functioning. These four elements. So can you understand this body now? So you have to understand this body. But actually, if you go on to study more and more, there are even more because of color. Then give you a different types of color that we have, and also smell, and also taste in this. But the main four elements is this earth, fire, water, and wind elements. These four elements. This body is made out of this. Okay? Are you clear now? When you're talking about this body is made out of this. Now, with the arising of nutriment, there is the arising of form. So if you stop eating and you stop eating and fasting, if we fast for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, it's okay. I think no, 1 month is okay. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you die because lack of what? You have no supply of this nutriment. The body, the physical body need this to consume this in order to keep this body in shape. Is it true? So therefore we need to eat. Every day we need to eat. So for us we eat 1 time, 2 times, 3 times a day. And I don't know how many times you eat. How many times? 3 times? 4 times? 5 times? Some people a lot of snack, a lot of eating. Okay, so with the arising of nutriment, there is the arising of form. So the form need to have this supply of food. So if you constantly providing this body with this food, then it maintains, it keep on. Otherwise you will die soon. With the cessation of nutriment, there is the cessation of form. So if you stop eating, then this form will finish. Now, the noble eightfold path is the way leading to the cessation of the form. Okay, now this part is a Buddhist practice. We don't want to be born again and again in this cyclic birth and death. And because we say that the cyclic of birth and death is suffering. Okay? So therefore, we don't want to again to make this body again. Now we already have this body, okay? So you have to eat, you have to take care of this body and then to practice. But in Buddhism, because we believe of rebirth, that means born and death again and born and death again. And this actually was told by the Buddha himself, that he sat under the Bodhi tree, that he came to see that, oh, through many births that I have been wandering in this samsara of birth and death. And indeed that I have suffered enough. And therefore, we see that the cause of suffering because of our attachment to this body, and then our craving for this body, and also our ignorance of this fact that we continue to produce this body. Therefore, our cessation of suffering cannot be ended. So therefore, the last part, this noble eightfold path, is the way leading to the cessation of suffering. So you understand? Have you, anyone have no idea about what is eightfold path? How many? Or you know about what is eightfold path? No one? But today is not my subject to start talk about this eightfold path, okay? So later maybe somebody will tell you about the eightfold path, but generally I say to you, Samadhi, Sama Sankappa is too important. Is that right view, right thoughts. That means you're looking at the world and understanding of things rightly is a right view, without ignorance or delusion. Okay? Number 2, right thought. Your thinking should be wholesome thinking or good thinking. Thinking of what? Relinquishment. That means giving up, not to attach so much, not to be greedy so much. And then Avihimsa Sankappa, Abhyapada Sankappa. Avihimsa means non-violence, thought of non-violence. Some people very hatred mind and then always thinking of fighting, violence, killing, all this kind of thing. That is no good. So and then Avihimsa Sankappa, Abhyapada. Abhyapada means hatred. Some people have a lot of ill will towards other people. I don't like you. So angry about this. So this too is very important. It's called wisdom. I mean, if you have this right view, right thought, then the whole thing going on is all right. If you have no right view and right thought, right view, especially the whole thing going on that Noble Eightfold Path is wrong. You won't be saying Sama or the right. And then right speech. The third one, whatever you say, no cheating, no harming other people, say what is pleasant, no hurting of people, lying or whatever. So this is third. And the fourth one, no Sama Kamanda, that means action is right. And Buddhist, the action is right. We have these 5 precepts to do, to keep. You understand what the 5 precepts? No killing, no stealing, no adultery. So the first 3 things that for you is the right action. And then right livelihood. Then your livelihood should be good to yourself, not harming yourself and not harming the other people. So therefore, this livelihood, that you support yourself, support your family, that kind of occupation is good. So we have this right speech, right action, right livelihood, then only you are prepared for meditation. We have this right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. So you need a lot of energy. When you do meditation also, when you get up and then you see every day you have make a schedule and then say that I want to practice, I want to sit. So determination, that the schedule that you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, that you have to determine. So there is right effort that you put on. Without effort, how can you achieve in this worldly success? How can you achieve in this spiritual achievement? Is it true? So therefore, right effort is so much important. So therefore, Buddhists actually are people who are very energetic. And then we go on to right mindfulness. So right mindfulness actually, when I study the sutta, always say remember. It's not commonly people say, oh, now you put your leg down, you know, you mindfully put it down. When you lift your leg, you know, you mindfully lift up. But in sutta, it's actually good remembrance. You remember something that wholesome. You have heard before, you have seen before, whatever that, for example, today, you have heard this teaching now, or you have studied the teaching now, remember it, and then from time to time not to forget it. For example, if you're sitting meditation here, you have right mindfulness, you always remember back your breathing. Remember back that this time I'm sitting, I'm observing the breath, or I'm observing the rising and falling of this abdomen. So that remember is not to remember the unwholesome one, it's called Miccha Sati. Miccha means, oh, you're thinking of somebody do me bad or speak me bad or does something bad to me. So you are thinking of that, that is not the Sati, the good Sati. And Buddha has said that Ananda Sati Manto means Ananda have good memories, have a very powerful memories, have a photographic memory. You see, you heard once, you can remember. So therefore, actually Sati is you can remember, keep on remembering back that subject of meditation that you are doing right there, not forgetting. Another word is Samma Sati. We call it right mindfulness and right comprehension. What is the meaning of right comprehension? Very clearly, you understand what you are doing right at this present moment. Comprehension, you understand. So one is Sati, one is Sampajana. Sati, Sampajana always come together. Sampajana means you clearly understand what you're doing. For example, Buddha said that the monks putting on the robes, he understand what he put on the robes. When he stand up, he understand that he stand up. When he walking, he understand that he is walking. And when he is looking in front, he understand that he is looking in front. So this is what? Clear comprehension. Therefore, this sati and sampajana should come together. That means you remember the object of the meditation and stay at this present moment. Understand clearly what you are doing right at this present moment. You understand now? Towards sati, sampajana, mindfulness and clear comprehension. So this, now when you have this, then only you can relax yourself and keep on doing your meditation and then progressing. So this is Noble Eightfold Path. But today I'm going on a little bit of here. Okay, because many of you are not very clear about this Noble Eightfold Path, but all this repetition is talking about the cessation is Noble Eightfold Path. So now we are talking about the elements. The four elements, what you say is I, my, and myself. Okay? Now, the second thing. Whatever ascetics or Brahmins, having thus directly known form, its origin, its cessation, and the way leading to its cessation, are practicing for the purpose of disenchantment with the form for its fading away and cessation. They are practicing well, have gained a foothold in this Dhamma and discipline. Can you understand what I say? Now, ascetic and Brahmin, in the ancient time, Buddha was directly talking to these monks. And then later there were nuns. So Buddha was talking to them, and he also told the ascetic, for us monks and nuns, we are ascetics. I mean, it's a samana, brahmana in Pali. Brahmana means a religious person. Religious people who can hold any religion. Samana also can be any religion that who have there's some monks and nuns. If they are practicing, having directly understand about this form, its origin, know about this form. Now we are already talking about form, made of what? Four elements. Okay. Now its origin, how it comes about this form, and then cessation of this form. Stop not creating anymore this form. How or what is the way or the path to the cessation of this form? That I already told you. What is this? Eightfold Path, Noble Eightfold Path. So if you want not to create this form again, the cycle of birth and death again in this world, to come to this world again, is samsara, then you have to practice and value this Noble Eightfold Path. Now, he said that if you understand about this, the form, origin, cessation, and the way leading to the cessation of form, then it gives you, what is the purpose of you to understand this? Because this understanding is disenchantment with form. Then I won't be happy about this form. I won't be craving to be next life to have another this form, this enchantment. Otherwise, we like again. We like to create another form, to be rebirth again, and to have this form again. So this enchantment with form, for its fading away and the cessation. For its fading away, no more coming to take away. So Buddha has said that this is my last birth. It's no more coming again to this world. So, but we cling so much, we attach so much, we hope that next time we come again. Okay? So, okay. So because we like, and then we have to face suffering, and we have to face trouble. I don't know how many of that enough. If you are still not enough and you still want it, then okay. Then I have a different teaching for you. But this teaching is for those who say enough. And I don't want anymore to come into birth and death again. I don't want to suffer again. Just use the word suffer. I don't want to suffer again. Then you have to understand this. Fading away, cessation. They are practicing well. If you understand about this, is for the purpose of disenchantment, fading away, and cessation of the form. This Samana or Brahmana practicing well have gained a foothold in this Dhamma and discipline. This Dhamma and discipline Buddha refer to the teaching of the Buddha. So in the ancient time, early Buddhism, we use the word Dhamma and Vinaya. That means the teaching or dispensation of the Buddha. When we say about the Buddhism, now today we use the word Buddhism. So actually, there is a teaching part and the Vinaya discipline part. Now, they are liberated from non-clinging. So therefore, when you practicing this part, and then you have no more clinging to this form. Those who are well liberated are consummate ones. There is no round for their manifestation coming again. Okay, now it's only the first one that we are talking about. The second thing is what? Now we are going to talk about what is feeling. Okay, at the very beginning I told you there are three types of feelings. What are these three types? Tell me. Pleasant feeling, unpleasant feelings, neutral feelings. Now here the sutta sometimes gives 6 types of feeling. Sometimes more than this 6 times 108 feelings. Many. So we don't want to go up to 108. But now here is said what is feeling. 6 classes of feeling. Feeling bonds of I. When you see something, do you have some feeling? Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm happy about it. Oh, it's not good. So the I. So feeling. So feeling bond of I. Contact. Eye contact. Ear contact. The nose contact. The tongues contact. The body contact. And the mind contact. How many are there? 6 classes of feelings. Here we are mentioning, because through the eye contact we have feeling, the ear contact, the sound, we have the feeling, and the nose contact, we have the feeling, and the taste contact, we have feeling. Through body contact, the mind contact. So 6 classes of feelings born from these 6 types of contact. And feeling born of mind contact, this is called feeling with the arising of contact. So contact is very important. There is the arising of feeling. With the cessation of contact, so there is no feeling. If you don't contact through your eye, through your ear, do you have any feeling? No. When you sit meditation, you close up your eyes and you shut down your ear sense, and then not to listen or not to see. Then you have no this contact. Then you have no feeling, and then your mind is inwardly looking at the object of meditation. If you just open up and listen to somebody talking or walking, or they open up your eyes to see something, you're distracted because of the contact. So these 6 classes of contact, so arising the 6 type of feeling. With the arising of contact, there is a arising of feeling. With the cessation of contact, there is a cessation of feeling. So the Noble Eightfold Path is the way leading to the cessation of feelings. So the Buddhists want to have, birth and death again and suffering. Therefore, they practice this Noble Eightfold Path in order that one day that we can not to come to birth again and again, and then to have this contact again and again of so many. Sometimes give you a lot of problems and troubles. Okay? So now we come to the third one, the explanation. What is perception? There are these 6 classes of perception. So now the second one also similarly repetition of the first one, that if the ascetic and Brahmin understand about this origin, this feeling, its origin, its fixation, and the way leading to cessation, then it's practicing well. Okay, so it's well established in the Buddha Dhamma. Now we come to second, then the third. What is perception? There are 6 classes of perception. Perception of form, perceptions of sounds, perceptions of odors, perceptions of taste, perceptions of tactile objects, and then the perceptions of mental phenomena. So these 6 also, because of senses. Human beings have these 6 senses. So these 6 senses that when you open up and then you see, and you see more clearly, and then you perceive, oh, this person, I remember him or her. I perceive, oh, what is this? Oh, this is dog, this is cat. So perception, because of these 6 sense, so then have this 6 perception. So how these perceptions come into being? This is called the perception with the arising of contact. There is the arising of perception, also contact. Do you know what is contact? Buddhists say that contact, the eye organ, or the 6th organ, now I take this for example, the eye organ, and the outside object, the form. When we have this eye organ and the object outside form, arising of eye consciousness. Arising of this eye consciousness, 3 altogether now come to the organ of eye and the object of form. Arising of the eye consciousness, these 3 come together, pleasant in that moment, at that moment, is called contact. If there is no eye consciousness, you cannot, you have no sense of this eye looking at the form. So because of these 3, the ear also similarly, you have the ear organ, and also the sound, somebody talking or whatever, and then the ear consciousness arises. Ear consciousness arises. So meeting of these 3 come together, the eye, the ear, the sound, and the ear consciousness. So that is called contact. When there is a contact, come the feeling. You see, just now we already say the second, feeling. When there is feeling, then you have this also this coming into being. They are coming this mental state. So you perceive when the contact comes. Oh, what is this sound? It's the dog barking. Oh, this is what sound? So what sound? So your ear and then this perception come into recognizing what is this, what is this. Can you understand now? Now this is perception. Also because of contact. If there is no contact, you do not know about sound, do not know about form. So therefore, feeling arises also contact. Perception arises also because of contact. Okay? Are you clear now up to here? Any question? No question. No question, we go on. So this is called perception with the arising of contact. There is the arising of perception with the cessation of contact. If there is no contact, so there is a cessation of perception. So how to stop this again to have contact? To have this perception, to be born again, to perceive this and perceive that, and to create karma. So therefore, Noble Eightfold Path. I already told you, the Noble Eightfold Path. Go back and revise yourself and remember. Okay? And if you have understanding of this, this perception, its origin, its fixation, and the way leading to its fixation, then you are practicing well this Dhamma discipline of the Buddha. You have the foothold in the Dhamma discipline, where because the whole teaching, how to eradicate suffering, is based on all this understanding. Without this basic understanding, you do not know where to go, what to practice, what is the Buddhist practice. Okay. Now we go on. Now we have already how many? We have 9, 5, 1, 2, 3. We have how many more? 2 more. So now we come to volitional formation. Volitional formation. When you have the feeling, you have the contact arises feeling, you have the contact arises the perception. Now your action, your reaction come automatically. What are you going to do? Is it true? Oh, when I listen to this dog bark, I don't like, I want to chase away the dog. So mentally the volition is called volitional formation. So you do something, that's called karma. You will take the action to do something, or you take the action to say something. Think, act, say. So volitional formation, my intention to do something. So what is this volitional formations? There are these 6 classes of volition. Volition regarding the forms. When you see, oh, because of this form, then create this mind of doing what. So, and then regarding the sound, now it's called the object. You know, the eye, object is form. The ear, object is sound. So now, form, sound regarding the odors, and then the taste, and then tactile objects, and then volition regarding mental phenomena. So these 6 classes also. Because through these eyes and through these 6 senses, then you make the decision to do something. When this mind perceive, when your mind have the feeling and then the perception, and then now you make this decision to do something. Volitional formation. So with the arising of contact, there is the arising of volitional formation. With the cessation of contact, there is the cessation of volitional formations. So how to lead to the cessation of this formation? The Noble Eightfold Path. So if you understand about volitional formation, its origin, its cessation, and the way leading to its cessation, so you understand well, and then you have the foothold in the Dhamma and discipline, and then you can practice well because of you understand about it. You have this enchantment, so you have this fading away of attachment to this, and so on. Now the last one, we say consciousness. There are these 6 classes of consciousness. Just now I already mentioned to you the eye consciousness, the ear consciousness, the nose consciousness, the tongue consciousness, the body consciousness, and the mind consciousness. So these 6 classes of consciousness. So this is called consciousness. Consciousness only aware. There is no identification of identify what is this, what is that. But only aware that sound, aware that you see the form. But only you're paying attention into that perception comes. You know, when you're aware of something, then you listen more. Oh, this is somebody talking. Who's talking? And then you identify, oh, this person and this person, things like that. So consciousness is just only conscious about it, aware about it, but not, you are not seeing it, how do we say? Discern it. Discern. To see clearly what is this. Okay? Understand it. So therefore, if you understand about this consciousness, its origin, its cessation, and the path leading to this cessation, So this you are said to be have a good foothold in the Dhamma and discipline of the Buddha, and it is leading you to the disenchantment, fading away, and the cessation of your suffering. And all these six. So we are talking about the five now. About this, we say 5 aggregates. Now tell me, what are these 5 aggregates? The first one is form aggregate, rupa. The second one, feelings, feeling aggregates. The third one, perceptions. The fourth one, volitional formation. And the last one, consciousness. So when we are talking about human being, we either say them body and the mind. Body means the 4 elements. Mind means these 4. What is that? Feeling, perception, mental volition, and consciousness. So we are referring to the 4 of these elements, the bodily elements. We are talking about the other 4 elements of these mental elements. So they are all coordinate each other and then working, and then you identify I, my, and myself. This is how the Buddha discovered. And then he said this is emptiness, this is void, there is no I, there is no mine, and there is no myself. So how to realize there is no I, no mine, and no myself in this body and the mind? To see this body and the mind, that you have to practice your meditation in such a way that you are so sharp, that you are so mindful, that you can come to see about this rapidity of the arising and disappearing of these aggregates and these feelings, these perceptions, these mental formations and consciousness. Rising and passing away, rising and passing away of these things. I'm talking too much now, I think. So it's going to stop here. So now I'm going to do the little conclusion here. So just because this given time to me, and also is about this 5 aggregate, I already extended much. So then, that we need to understand about the nature of existence. Sabbe sankhara anicca-ti yada panyaya passati atha nibindati dukkhe esamaggo visuddhya. Sabbe sankhara dukkha-ti yada panyaya passati atha nibindati dukkhe esamaggo visuddhya. Sabbe dhamma anatta-ti yada panyaya passati atha nibindati dukkhe esamaggo visuddhya. All this is Pali words. Say all conditioned things are impermanent. Condition, you know what is this condition? Human being is conditioned also because of mother and father, and then because of food, because of weather, because of water, because of this condition and that condition, we exist and we go on, stable on. Is it true or not? Condition. So whatever the conditioned things, they are subject to impermanence, because conditionally arising, conditionally disappearing. Can you see that? Because need the condition to support it. Without that condition, the dissolution come into cessation. Is it true? Therefore, we have to put on the condition. We have to create on the karma so that we exist, go on and on and on. Okay. Sabbe sankhara dukkha-ti. So all the conditioned things inherit this unsatisfactoriness, or sometimes we say suffering. We are not satisfied of all these conditioned things, all these impermanent things. Are you satisfied with this? No. I cannot ever be young. I cannot ever be healthy. So I'm old now. I'm not healthy now. So what is this? Impermanent. And it's subject to, what is that? Condition, and then this is unsatisfactoriness of life. And then sabbe dhamma anatta-ti. All the dhamma. Dhamma means including the conditioned and unconditioned. Unconditioned will refer to nibbana. That means beyond this world, beyond this cycling of birth and death samsara. Beyond. So there is no I, there is no mine, and no myself also. It's very hard now to understand about no I, no mind, and no myself. But anyhow, just bear in mind that one day you come to understand, then you say, really, see how wonderful this Buddha. So, I think today I end here because I think 11:34, 35 is already past the time. And then, that's it. Okay. Thank you. So you want to ask something or just end up here? Can you understand me? Cannot understand, yes, because it's very difficult. I tell you, for beginner and for you the first time, just have a little idea, because this is very deep. If you can understand it, you already have a very good foothold established in the Dhamma. And then now, when you have this good foundation, then only you step on to practice for the practicing of liberation, of get rid of the suffering. And then so, if you are the first time, just very not so long, don't worry about this. Say that I cannot understand, but just bear in mind when we're talking about human being, we are referring to this body and the mind, about these four elements, about these four aggregates, other four mental aggregates. Then we're talking about human beings, and we're talking about the beings all around. So this is the knowledge of the Buddha who came to enlightenment, and to see this, to understand this, and to say to us. Okay, so thank you.